What's up, gamers? This is Rio Pesino for the Reboot, and on this show we're going to take you to E-Brawl in Los Angeles. I was at the Los Angeles Convention Center and I had a chance to look at some of the hottest new games out there. Some of those games included Metal Gear Solid 4, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and NFL Tour. I'll preview those games and more in just a bit, but first, let's take you to the wrap. The wrap-up of gaming news. Sony has doubled the projected losses for its games unit for the financial year ending in March. Operating loss for Sony's gaming unit is now reportedly expected to exceed 100 billion yen, or $876 million, compared to the initial forecast of 50 billion yen. Now, the reason for the projected losses? Sony is saying it's the PlayStation 3. Now, the lower price point of the PS3 combined with the high production costs have reportedly set Sony back millions of dollars. Capcom's self-proclaimed survival horror game Resident Evil is attempting to scare movie buffs and gamers alike, as the game developer is releasing yet another film based on the video game. Now, this time around, it's going to be a computer-animated film titled Biohazard Regeneration and is scheduled for release next year. Now, this isn't the first time Resident Evil has hit the movie screen. In fact, in 2002, Resident Evil was released, followed by Apocalypse, Extinction, and now Biohazard Regeneration. Nintendo has delayed the release of the highly anticipated Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii, but the company is sure doing some things to appease the fans who have been patiently waiting for the game. The company announced a new feature for Brawl, a level editor, which allows gamers to create their own fighting arenas, save it on a memory card, and share it online with friends. And Brawl is actually one of the games that we previewed at E-Brawl, and we'll have that for you coming up. Nvidia is offering a cheaper alternative to its DX-compatible graphics card. The GeForce 8800 GT is now available and is a budget line card priced in the $199 to $259 price range. The 8800 GT offers 256-bit memory clocked at 900 MHz and 112 stream processors operating at 1.5 GHz. So what I'm basically saying is that it's fast and it's cheap. You can't beat that. That's the wrap. I was one of 18,000 people in attendance at the first ever E-Brawl, and I had a chance to walk through all the booths, check out some of the hot new games, including Metal Gear Solid 4, which was unveiled to the masses for the first time.
Liquid! It's not over. Not yet.
With Metal Gear Solid 4, we're kind of wrapping up the saga of Solid Snake. This is his last chapter in his life. So we're starting up the game in the Middle East. He's hearing rumors that Liquid Ocelot is somewhere in the Middle East. So Snake has infiltrated that battlefield. And we're going to send Snake around the world. I mean, South America and a number of other places around the world as the player progresses towards the end. So it's going to be it's an epic game.
Drop your weapon!
We're adding a bunch of different moves, like an advanced judo move where you can wrap your body around like a fallen enemy and then choke them for 5 seconds. They'll lose consciousness. If you hold them for 10 seconds, they're going to run out of air and die. There's other moves you can throw. You can throw soldiers on the ground, hold them up, and steal their weapon. You can do a body check and a ball breaker. I mean, there's a number of different cool moves that were given to Snake, so I think the hardcore fans are going to be pretty happy too. We're kind of setting the game into a sneaking mode, and then we introduce it to the battlefield where you can let loose, and you can take out any enemy you want with RPG-7s and machine guns and be loud because it's a battlefield, right? Then we take you back down to that sneaking section, then back into another battlefield. And it's a kind of waveform that really, I think, mixes up the gameplay and keeps, makes stealth games feel fresh again.
Super Smash Bros. Has been very popular with Nintendo for a long time, and this game is really no exception. In fact, there's a lot of really cool things about it. Not only are there some great characters that are going to be in it, the usual cast of characters, of course, Samus and Mario and everybody, but we're going to have Sonic is going to be a character, right? So Sonic and Mario, we'll finally see the real big smackdown. You can duke it out and really have them go head to head. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
NFL Tour is actually the new arcade sports game from EA Sports. It's really about the NFL, about simple, uncomplicated football. When we designed this game, we actually took a whiteboard and went from scratch. We said, if we were starting over and creating a football game that we wanted to play, what would it be like? What would it look like? And so a lot of people began to talk about the days when they loved football, about what we call old school football, classic football. A lot of people still talk about Tecmo Bowl as one of the greatest games they ever played, about when they played with Bo Jackson and how he was unstoppable. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring uncomplicated football back to the masses. One of the biggest things that we have now is a new mechanic. Right now we're calling total collision control. And what that means is anytime there's an interaction between two players, you're in control with what happens. In the past with football games, when two players came together, it was up to the AI to decide who would win that battle, who would make the tackle, who would break the tackle. But in this game, we give you that control. So a button will actually pop up on the screen that you'll press, and based on your timing and pressing that button, it'll decide whether or not you make or break the tackle. You'll have turbo that'll be a part of it, so you'll even see turbo streaks that'll come off of players. You'll see huge hits that'll happen. As a matter of fact, every time you continue to get a huge hit, we have right now what we've called our smash meter. So on defense, you'll have an opportunity to really heighten all the attributes of your defensive players for that one play as well, to try to get that huge hit to stop the offense.
Our main thing this year is superstar fighting styles. So kind of adds another level of strategy to the gameplay. Every superstar has a primary and secondary ability, whether it be a hardcore fighter, a high flyer, a dirty superstar, and they have specific moves that are unique to that character. So you have to understand your character that you're playing as, the superstar you select, and then the strengths and weaknesses of your opponents that kind of ensure victory. So there's SmackDown, there's Raw, and now there's ECW, and they're represented fully in this game. So you have the whole new roster of your hardcore superstars like CM Punk, Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, all of the old guys that kind of major hardcore superstars are in the game, along with a new ECW Extreme Rules match type, so you can use all different kinds of weapons in one game. The guitar, flaming tables, flaming barbed wire 2x4s, bringing a whole hardcore aspect to our game this year.
Coming this fall to every platform ever made. Whatever!
So the storyline was written by the Simpsons writers. We're really fortunate to have them on board. The storyline's shared across all the different versions, the DS, the 360. Basically the story is the Simpsons realize they've been licensed for another video game, and they actually discovered that they have video game powers. So they go on this great odyssey across Springfield into other worlds through video game parodies. It's really fun. All the different family members are represented in the story, and they all have different powers. So there's tons of different types of gameplay. It's a really fun adventure.
With this being the very first E for All, there have been high expectations set on this event. Many people comparing it to E3, but isn't the next E3? Well, I spoke with Jonathan Fatality Wendel and Tommy Tallarico of Video Games Live, and they gave their impressions.
Here's the first year of a brand new conference. It's not E3, but you go online and you read about other people talking about the conference. Oh, it sucks, and nobody's here, nobody's shut. It's like, come on, let's be real here. Let's be realistic here. Let's help support stuff like this.
I think for E4All, the most exciting part is letting the public into this event. Always before E3, it was always like a private event, only held for the most elite people that are involved in the community. And now it's open to the public. Everyone's allowed to come here. Yesterday, I gave a pass to kids so his moms can come and play some games. So I think it's really cool to see that's open to the public. Everyone can come and play games, and everyone's have a good time here. We're all here to have a good time and play some new games.
Jonathan Fatality Wendel has made hundreds of thousands of dollars playing video games, and we'll have a more in-depth interview with him and other pro gamers in a future episode. Now that's it for this show. If you want to leave comments, make sure to do so right here. Also, if you want to check out our blog, you can at www.rebootshow.com. And if you want to find me on Xbox Live, my gamer tag is RE10, REE10. I'm Rio Pesino for The Reboot, and we'll check you out next time.